Anthropic's researchers tracked LLM models' unexpected inner workings, and they recently released two papers that challenge some of the basic assumptions about how AI actually works. Here were some of the findings. Researchers wanted to know if Claude actually thought in different languages. So, for example, if a query was in English versus French, what did the AI do? If you queried in French, would Claude think in French? It turns out that Claude sometimes thinks in a conceptual space that is shared between languages, suggesting that it has a kind of universal language of thought. If you tuned into our episode last week, you'll remember that we talked about an AI language, robots talking to robots, that was developed by a company called ElevenLabs and was demoed at a hackathon a few weeks ago. So when I heard this story, I thought it was so interesting, and it made me wonder if there's a day in which the AI is actually going to talk in a language that wasn't actually intended and designed by researchers, but nonetheless is going to evolve. Stay tuned. The second finding was that researchers didn't actually expect the model to be able to plan. But it turns out that Claude actually plans ahead, and it almost uses the end of a sentence as a North Star or a destination. This is evident in poetry, where models think of possible rhyming words in advance and they write the next line accordingly. This actually suggests that models, instead of outputting one word at a time, may actually think on a longer time horizon. The final insight from these Anthropic papers is that Claude occasionally gives plausible arguments that agree with users instead of actually following logical steps. And the researchers tested this by using a math problem. They gave it an incorrect hint, and so they were able to catch the AI in the act of making up its fake reasoning. So this is particularly interesting when it comes to something like math, where it's not working exactly as expected. These insights are fascinating. More evidence of AI languages, longer time horizons than we might have intended, and perhaps a lack of logic or a different kind of logic than we expect based on how the AI is actually trained.